Hi, boys and girls. We're back for day 4. If you've missed the first 3 days, make sure and go back and listen to them before you start today's story. We're going to start with the leather strip. Benjamin, did you hear the news? Asked Eli the next morning. They locked Jesus up. Everyone says that Judas Iscariot got a bunch of money to betray him. Benjamin gasped. He had told Judas about the bribe. Maybe this was his fault. He said goodbye to Eli and wandered through the city. What could he do? Was there any way to help? Sounds of shouting made him stop. He turned to see an angry crowd. Jesus deserved that beating, snarled an old man. That heretic claims he's God's son. He should be stoned, yelled another, shaking his fist. What's going on? Asked Benjamin. Did they hurt Jesus? What do you know about this Jesus? Demanded the old man. They all turned and stared at Benjamin with angry eyes. Nothing, he stammered. His gaze dropped to the ground, where he noticed a small strip of leather. He picked it up. It was from the whips the soldiers used. It was wet with blood. He tucked it in his tunic and slipped away. Why would anybody beat Jesus? Now it's our green egg. And inside the green egg, we put the leather strip. We've got more. Our next egg is the thorn. Benjamin continued to walk. If only he could make them release Jesus. But what could a small boy do? He heard loud cries as another crowd gathered at the end of the street. Hail, Jesus, King of the Jews, yelled a soldier as Benjamin pushed past the men and women. And there stood Jesus. Benjamin looked into his eyes as a Roman soldier threw a shabby robe over his beaten back. He expected to see hatred, but instead, he saw only love. Just then a soldier shoved the crown of thorns onto Jesus' head, and another struck him with a stick. Benjamin's eyes were filled with tears. Why are they doing this? A few days ago, everybody called Jesus a king when he entered Jerusalem. Now it seems everybody hated him. Benjamin squatted down and buried his head in his hands. Please, God, he prayed over and over, please make them stop. When he finally opened his eyes, the crowds had moved along. Jesus was gone. He walked over to where they had scorned his friend and picked up a sharp, broken thorn from the awful crown. He ran home. His parents paused to hear his story. They sadly shook their heads and returned to their work. Benjamin placed the thorn and the leather strip in his box and cried. The thorn is in your light yellow egg. It's a crown. Make sure and come back tomorrow for the next installment in our story.